So I've been walking for about 10 minutes from the car park now. It's an easy wee trail. There's quite a few information boards. This is actually part of two woods. There's the Glenkinnon wood at the bottom there. The trail round that. I think the schools must use it because there's a lot of little park benches and information boards that are sort of geared for kids. So if you're passing through the borders, you've got wee ones with you and you're looking for just a quick trail for yourself or your kids or whatever. The one at the bottom, it's educational. It's about a 1 kilometre loop, and then you can cut back up on yourself from that one onto, you'll see the forestry path that we're just about to go onto here, and then round. I mean, again, you're about 7 kilometres from here, but 10 minutes from the car park you're into this nice pine wood. It's beautiful. Still a little bit of snow about today, even at low levels. We'll be about, I don't know, 50 metres here. The hills, it's not high. I don't think it's only at the top. It's about 360 metres or something like that. I mean, it's not a hard trail. I've got a bit of a gammy knee, to be honest, so I'm finding it a bit harder than I would normally find it, because I mean, we walk this, I think in November we've done this almost every day, just for a bit of exercise. As you can see, I'm needing to get back out and do some more. But I've got quite a big heavy pack with me today. I don't usually bring my drone, my camera and all the accessories that you need to take with these things. So I'm going to crack on, and I'll speak to you a bit further up, maybe put the drone up or whatever. So see you in a bit. So there's a couple of different ways you can go here. You can go down to the right, which will take you up to the Three Brethren. It's a decent walk from the car park up to the Three Brethren and back. It's about 13 or 14 kilometres. It's a good walk. The descent, I don't know, it's maybe 500 metres or something like that. It's not too bad. But it's a good 2.5 to 3 hours there and back. We done it a few weeks ago. It was great before the snow. As you can see, we're into a bit of snow. Been walking for a bit, flew the drone for a bit. I'll put that footage up probably before this. We're going to go up to the left, which is the circular. There is a track through the woods. It's a bit muddy. So we're just going to take the forest track, the Forestry Commission track. We were up here the other day, I think I said that before, and there was a few 4x4s and a few trucks about and stuff like that, so just be careful. I think some of them are actually using electric motors now, and they were quite quiet. I mean, obviously they're not going to run into you if they see you, but there's a few bends and stuff, so just be careful. There is signs that will tell you that the guys are working up here, so just be careful when you're out and about. See you in a bit. As I said, we've really struggled the last probably 13 winters. We haven't. I think maybe 2018 was our last sort of winter where there was snow, and maybe a week or something, and we've not really had much since. So it's nice to get out and about in the snow and go for a walk, especially somewhere local. I like going up to the Highlands and stuff. But I mean, we live in Galashiels, and I mean, you're talking, it's three hours to get to the Highlands for us, the lower Highlands for us, and it's not always achievable with time and even finances. Christmas has just been and what have you, so it's nice to have these walks on our doorstep. And there's quite a few. This area is called the Tweed Valley. And I think there's 8, maybe more if you go off the beaten track, local walks that are all mapped out. The paths they're quite well kept paths. Again, if you're passing through in a camper van, I mean, I know we're always looking for walks when we go away in the camper van, especially to places that we've never been before, or you know what it's like, you maybe end up somewhere that wasn't really on your itinerary, and you're like, oh, well, we better start researching that now. So hopefully someday, this forest here actually is called Yair Forest. I'll tell you a wee bit more about it when we get to the top of this hill. I'll see you in a bit. So that's us up at the top of the trail. As I said, the forest's called Yair Forest, and the story behind that is that King Malcolm, I think his name was, if it's wrong I'll put it in there, in 1066 or something, granted the monks of Kelso some land. Obviously there was forest on that land, and there was a river that ran through the land, and the river was the River Tweed. Now if you've ever been to Scotland, especially coming up from England, you've probably crossed the River Tweed a few times on your way through the borders, but many of you will probably know it's a prolific and probably one of the best salmon rivers, certainly in the south of Scotland anyway. So the forest basically was named Yair, and the word Yair in Scottish, as far as I've read up, means fish trap. So obviously the monks were using traps to catch salmon in the river to sustain them way back before there was Tesco's and Asda's and stuff. So yeah, that's the story of the name of the forest, as far as I can find anyway on the internet. I mean, I don't know how much of that's actually true or false, but such is ancient history, I suppose. So we're at the top. It's a beautiful view. There's still a fair bit of snow. The temperature hasn't actually got above 0 degrees for probably 3 days now. So this will probably hang about. I think well into next week, the temperature's to be below 0. So this will probably hang about for a bit. It's a bit more compact than it was the other day. It's went down a wee bit, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love coming up to places like this. It's not too far away from where I live. It doesn't take too long to get here. From the bottom to the top of the hill, for an unfit 50-year-old probably takes, I don't know, it took longer today because I've been flying the drone, using the camera, and it always does. Anybody that does this kind of stuff will sympathise with that. But I think it's about a 35-minute walk, which is absolutely fantastic, in your local area, and it costs nothing really to get here because it's 7 miles away from where I live. So it's handy to have. I couldn't sort of promote the place any more than I absolutely love it. There's 8 walks from Cadenfoot all the way along to Peebles. It's free parking at this one. I actually think you could probably overnight here. There's no signs that say that you can't, and there's been a few times we've been along on this walk and we've left maybe after dark, especially the last few months because it's been getting dark quite early, and there's been a couple of different vans parked in the car park. There's a couple of houses just outside the car park. I'll show you that on the way back round. So I mean, if you do plan, you know the score, just be respectful and aware that there's people living in that area as well. But I couldn't really see any problem if you're being an adult about it. You could probably park up there for the night anyway. Again, if you're travelling through, it's always another park up for you. I'm not sure if it's on park for night. It might be, I might not be. I haven't checked because I live locally and we never really come away for a night in our own area. But aye, hopefully, I'm not finished yet. I'm going to stick the drone up. I'll put the footage on in a bit. Hopefully it's showing you a wee bit of the local borders area. It's a second video I've done on YouTube. Obviously people get better as they go, like, so bear with me and hopefully we'll be able to get some decent content. We do spend a lot of time, like I said, in the Highlands of Scotland in the camper van, so if that's your thing, feel free to subscribe, like the video or whatever. I mean, I'm only really doing these videos for some family members, but I mean, if you want to subscribe and that, it's up to you. I'm not really too bothered. It's for us to look back on as we get older, hit 50 this year, and mine kind of changed a wee bit about things. My wife's usually with me, she's not here today, but no doubt you'll see her in future videos. But here's some drone footage. Love seeing this on the coniferous trees. I don't know if it's just that we didn't get as much snow as we used to. That when it comes, or when it does snow and it lies, I'm a bit like a kid. I just like the snow. I take some photos up here, just with my phone the other day. We were up here, I think it was the day after it heavily snowed. I mean, the snow didn't even lie at the lower height. There was virtually, I don't know, maybe even a centimetre of snow or something. And we had a yellow weather warning, and again it's someone else, it just pisses me off. Like, people go out and they stock up on food and they fill their cars up just in case, and everybody panics in the media. Oh, it's fucking snowmageddon. And really, the country comes to a halt. And I get it, with places like airports and stuff, I guess you can't really be taking too many risks with passenger planes and stuff. But I mean, let us live. If we want to go for a drive in the snow, then stop fearmongering and stop putting all this shit in the news about. I mean, there was amber warnings for further south, in the north, I think the middle of England, and I mean, they got a lot of rain. I mean, fuck me, it's rain. We're fucking known, the British Isles, we're known for the rain. But aye, just a wee rant, I guess. Like, we're all allowed them, but I love this. I love seeing this on the pine trees. There must have been quite a few inches fell up here. I think it was actually the second day after the snowfall that we made it up here, and I'm kind of wishing we'd made it up on the first day, but hey ho. We've been up a couple of times since. It makes us feel like we've had a bit of a winter, which in the last few years has been null and void, I guess. I guess again, maybe global warming is definitely a thing. But that's a subject I really do want to touch on a YouTube video. So I'll see you a bit further down. That's a continuation of Yair Forest over there. It's quite a good walk, that one as well. We've done that a couple of times. Really cold any time we've been up here actually. It's been freezing. Right now it's got to be at least -1. My hands are numb and I've got gloves on. But it's not helping that I've got a wee metal DJI tripod with me I've stuck it in the snow as I was flying the drone there and it's absolutely freezing. But yeah, that is what it is, I guess. You've got to suffer for your art. I doubt I could call this art. These trees get absolutely battered with the storms. It was a storm in October and a lot of them come down. They're just coniferous trees, so they're shallow rooted, but it's amazing that the damage that's caused by 50-60 mile/hour winds on these hills. There was another walk further along that we did and it says trail closed due to fallen trees, and I thought, I mean, how bad can it be? A couple of trees, we'll be able to climb through them. So we got up to the top of the trail and it was, I mean, it must have been 40 feet deep with trees that had been brought down, and there was absolutely zero chance of walking through or climbing through. I mean, you'd have needed a squad with chainsaws just to get through it, but it's amazing how much damage these storms cause. So this is the other side of the hill. By the way, the hill's called Craig Hill. So that's me down at the other side now. There's not really too much to see on this side. There's not even a lot of snow, as you can see. So I haven't videoed much. I might do a wee bit when I get back to the camper van. My hands are freezing, so I'll see you in a bit. So that's me back at my van. I'm going to jump in. It's pretty cold now. In fact, it's very cold now. So I'll see you in a minute.